Welcome back, and good evening, ladies, gents, and Pikachus, initiating zombie sheep protocols. Let's go through a few things. We seem to have forgotten what we are. British people are tolerant, but they're not just tolerant for no reason, it's because we are wise, we have wisdom. Let's go through it from the beginning. I'm going to have to describe it in terms of social media, because that seems to be the only thing people know about. Think back in time to when David Cameron was the Prime Minister. Why did he resign? He resigned because we had a referendum and the country voted that they wanted to be independent. They didn't want to be part of Europe. They wanted to have sovereignty back. They wanted to make their own laws. We wanted to make our own laws. So David Cameron, being a staunch Remainer, was not happy with this and he resigned and fled to China. He lived in China and worked for the Chinese government. And he's only just come back now. So we know he is captured, and it was through his union with the Lib Dems. That's how he got in power. There was a hung parliament, there wasn't enough votes one way or the other. So what happened? David Cameron got together with Nick Clegg, who at the time was the Lib Dem leader, and they agreed between them to share power. They have all gone to China since then. Okay, so that's them captured. Now think to Rishi. How did Rishi get in? Again, it was because someone left. He didn't get voted. Boris resigned. Why did Boris resign? And what did he do afterwards? Well, I don't know, but I can tell you this. His father was in China, came back from China to see him resign, and then started making TV programs about how great and green and brilliant China is, which is complete propaganda. Anyone who knows the first thing about China knows. China make the pollution. Like, if all the other countries in the world switched off everything, if they just pulled the plug on their whole country for a year, it wouldn't make any difference. China are doing the lion's share of the pollution, okay? So why does everyone think that China are going to be this great thing and communism is going to be this great thing? Look how they've railed our country. They've been planning this for decades, slowly picking away at the opposition or people like me, or maybe you, who don't like the fact that our democracy is being dissolved before our very eyes. Okay, and now they're back here. So we've got Rishi Sunak. We know his links to communism and his links to, foreign criminals who shall remain nameless. So he's captured opposition. He was taking over from Boris, who is captured opposition, now talks solely about China and commerce and green politics. Liz Truss lasted 5 minutes because she didn't agree with it. Even though she was into the green politics, she didn't 100% agree with the party line, so she was out. Who else have we got? Who else have we physically got that we could have put in power? Corbyn? He's a communist. Who was it who replaced Corbyn? The current Labour guy. Oh god, I can't even remember his name. He's that irrelevant. Anyway, the point is, these people are all communists, and that is well known and well stated and well recorded. Watch any of their social medias and you will find out. So what we need to do, since we have decentralized power into our minority groups in this country, minority groups, this goes out to you. If you care about your freedom of speech and your freedom to remain as a powerful minority, then you better get your little asses in gear and start thinking up what you're going to do in this election, because you can bet your bottom dollar when these communists take control, the first thing they're going to do is cut the minorities down to size, exactly like they do in Russia, in China, in Bolivia, in Argentina, you know, the communist states. And then think this, Hamas, they are communists. They don't call themselves communists, but their way of life, their rule set, the way that they do things is universality. You have to agree with everything they say, or you are the enemy, you are bad, you are evil, and you should be genocided. Like the Jews, that's why they don't like the Jews, because the Jews disagree with universality. They believe in democracy the same as we used to here, or we claim to now. I mean, we're running out of time. We've got less than 12 months remaining before this country is, shoved into the little communist hole and we lose our autonomy completely. It's going to be even worse than being a slave to the Europeans. At least Europeans are similar to us. They have similar values. I would have rather been a European member state than a communist slave state, a satellite for communism. And it's like I say, because communists are not good people. Look at the way they treat their minorities. Ask a Uyghur Muslim what they think about communists. Never heard of Uyghur Muslims, have you? Well, of course you haven't. They don't want you to hear about those. That's what the communists do. They rewrite history and they give you their nice corrected version. So you think, oh, they're lovely and the enemies are evil. We should genocide them. Sound familiar? Of course it does. It's in the news every single day. Why is it in the news every single day? Because they've captured the news organisations. Why do you think people like Talk TV and GB News and these little upstarts are a thing? Why did they become a thing in the first place? It's because the MSM, we even call it that now, the mainstream media, is captured. The same as our politics is captured. The Lib Dems and the Conservatives, captured. Labour, we already know they're communists, they're captured. None of these people have your interests or my interests or the interests of the common, normal British person at heart. So I say again, we need to concentrate, guys. We've got less than 1 year remaining before this whole shit cake falls on our heads and we will be unable to stop it at that point. Okay? So I don't have the answer, but I know what is not the answer. What we should not do is go, oh, it'll be fine, let's just watch some more TikToks. It will not be fine. It will not be fucking fine. It's going to be bloody awful. And in case you haven't noticed, our standard of living has been doing this for a good couple of years while this communism takeover has been, arranged. But the guys who are arranging it, they're never going to see anything like we see. They're never going to have a day when they don't have money. They're never going to have a day when they can't do what they want, or they're ostracized for having free speech, for saying what they want. They're not going to be the ones that get accused of being far-right thugs and marginalised and then have their mentality and their mental state questioned, because that's what they do. If you don't agree with them, they call you evil. If that doesn't work, they call you mad. That's what we're going to be. We're going to be evil and mad if we don't stop this now. Get some politicians who are in our corner, normal British people with normal British values, and put them back in the government and take back the control. Take back number 10 for us. Rather than just giving it away to the enemies and dying without a fight. Is that what Britain is? Are we going to just die with a whimper? It looks like it. So, like I say, it's up to you. Nobody is going to put the information on your screen for you. Contrary to that, you're just going to be flooded with TikToks and communist fucking bullshit, and it's going to fill up your head. They want to keep you away from the truth, because the truth is the thing that's going to make you realise this is coming for you and your family. He wants to split you up so you don't trust your family and they don't trust you. He wants everyone to have marginalised minority politics that all disagree with each other, because it weakens everybody. And then what do people want when everybody's weak and marginalised? They want solidarity, brother. And that's what we're going to get. But solidarity means no individual sovereignty. Solidarity means you do what we fucking tell you and you say what we fucking tell you to say. Otherwise, you're evil and you're mad and you are not going to survive. It's as simple as that. So get your thinking caps on, guys. The fight is not even started yet, let alone won or lost. We can do this. We don't have to surrender our freedom and our country and our democracy and our brilliant standard of life and the great things that this country has done. Like, don't forget that. This country has revolutionised the world many times over. And it hasn't done it on the end of a knife. We didn't go around forcing people to be educated and have sanitation or, raise the standard of living or do charitable things. Nobody was forced into that. We just naturally did it because the conditions were right. But the conditions of communism are fucking just dreadfully bad. Like I say, find me a Uyghur Muslim that agrees with communism. In fact, that's what you can do. Go and find out about Uyghur Muslims. Find out what the Chinese are doing to the Uyghur Muslims, i.e. genociding them in concentration camps, and the ones that don't die get sent to Palestine as the wives slaves of Hamas. Is that what you want this country to become? Because that's what we will become. We will be a food store for the communists. And it's over at that point. So that's the end of this video. I hope this makes an impression on you, because we don't have a lot of time left. Watch all my videos, watch as many videos as you want, but know this. You will have to make the effort. They are not going to feed you the information that you require to understand this. The truth is not going to be put on your plate anymore. That Britain is gone. And if you want it back, you're going to have to fight for it, alright? So roll up your sleeves, realise courage is what we need, and truth is what we need. Alright? So I hope you enjoyed that. I'll get back to work and I'll see you in the next one. Bye now. I really hope this is getting through to some of you, because we have been sleepwalking, we have been asleep at the wheel for far too long, and that's why our country was weak and vulnerable to this commie takeover. So, like I say, roll those sleeves up and let's get to work. See you soon. Bye now.